Now, I would definitely have to say that one of the major characters that I'm really looking forward to seeing in this movie is, of course, Kylo Ren / Ben Solo by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, that's the thing about Episode 9. A lot of people, including myself, are really starting to wonder exactly what's going to happen to Kylo Ren at the very end of this movie. Is he going to live? Is he going to die? Is he going to have a similar fate to that of Darth Vader? What's really going to happen with Kylo in this movie? Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art, and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with Kylo Ren and one of the final land battles in Episode 9. Now, specifically, a description of Kylo Ren using the Force by raising 4 Resistance fighters in the air, then dropping them, where it's described that Kylo eventually runs toward them with his crossguard lightsaber, slaughtering each and every one of them with his lightsaber. The next goes over Kylo on a large battlefield using Force lightning against a pair of new Resistance soldiers that are wearing brown armor. It's described to be a moment showing how Kylo is fully embraced with the dark side of the Force. The last goes over Kylo using the Force to lift a bunch of rubble and tossing it toward a Resistance land vehicle that is firing at his troopers and weaponized vehicles. So I want to go over a couple of parts about this. Now, this not only tells us that Kylo Ren is going to be a whole lot more powerful in this movie, but he's also going to be more evil in Episode 9, and it definitely does line directly up with what we heard a couple of weeks ago about J.J. Abrams wanting to make this character a whole lot more evil than that of Darth Vader in the original trilogy. And to me, the bigger question is he going to be more powerful than Darth Vader? Now, let's not forget that Darth Vader was not able to use Force lightning, where Kylo Ren is now using Force lightning because he has his regular biological limbs. So with that being said, this is going to be a very intriguing piece of imagery on the big screen once this movie hits theaters, where we finally get to see Kylo Ren using Force lightning against a pair of Resistance soldiers, and on this battlefield that takes place within the third act of the film. Now, honestly, it seems as though that JJ really wants to bring back those elements of the prequel trilogy and the original trilogy, where an actual villain is using Force lightning. To this day in the sequel trilogy, right? If you look at Supreme Leader Snoke, he only used Force lightning for that split second against Kylo Ren. Now, that could have been used as foreshadowing of what's to come for Kylo and using this new ability of his own in this movie to go up against some of the Resistance soldiers and take them out. Now, the other thing that really does shock me about this whole entire land battle scene that Kylo Ren is intervening is, of course, when he lifts all 4 of the Resistance fighters up in the air, and then he drops them on the ground and charges toward them with his crossguard lightsaber, taking out all of them one by one. Now, not only does this show that Kylo Ren is relentless and whatever he has to do, he's gonna get the job done, but it also tells us that Kylo Ren is most definitely trying to go for something. Either he's trying to protect something or he's trying to find something or somebody during this major land battle within the third act of Episode 9. Now, honestly, guys, this is actually said to be one of the biggest land battles in Star Wars history that's going to be in the third act of this movie, and that really does raise a lot of questions as to exactly what J.J. Abrams is going to do when it comes to this movie. Is there going to be closure? Is there going to be like a lot of open-ended questions where they could possibly pick it up with an Episode 10? We're not quite sure. But nonetheless, this major battle, it seems like something as epic as what we saw in Attack of the Clones. And I think that's exactly what J.J. Abrams is trying to aim for, is that he's not only trying to make the space battles on par with the ones in the prequels, but he's also trying to get those land battles down to pretty much, what the prequels were like and stuff like that. If you look at the original trilogy, the land battles are great in that movie too. I love the Battle of Hoth. I love the Battle of Endor. I mean, they're great, they're fantastic. But now, this is actually said to be the biggest one, the most chaotic land battle in Episode 9. So the last one that I do want to go over is how Kylo Ren lifts a bunch of rubble and tosses it toward Resistance land vehicles that are firing at his troopers and his own weaponized vehicles. So you can see how basically the First Order is trying to take over, this area of the First Order that's trying to pretty much, occupy the First Order headquarters. We do know that the final land battle in Episode 9 will feature the headquarters of the First Order, a very large tower, firing down on this open area, and it's actually said to be deeply inspired by the beach of Normandy from World War II. So that's the great thing about this movie, is that it still holds those inspirations from real-life wars that a lot of people went through in reality. So looking at Episode 9, guys, I gotta say, I couldn't be more excited and curious and fascinated about this movie to see exactly where it's going to go. To me, obviously, this is all centered on Kylo Ren and Rey and their paths and where they are going and exactly how, this movie's going to end and where it leaves things off. That's a big question, but I think that this whole entire land battle really is quite impressive from what I'm actually hearing right now, and it sounds like it's really going to be quite promising in comparison to what we got in the prequels. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.